Hello everyone, today is Monday, May the 15th, 2023. My name is Shelly. This is my channel Proverbs 31:22 where I share about my stitching and crafting. This is FlossTube number 125 and I hope you all are doing okay. Surprisingly, I had energy at the end of this crazy Monday at work, and I figured I would come on and do this video. It should be pretty short. I've only stitched on just less than a handful of projects, and I don't have a whole lot of haul. But anyway, if you're new, I'm glad you came to check me out. If you see something you like, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate it. And if you're returning, I'm so glad that you are all coming back to hang out with me. So I changed out the quilt on the wall behind me finally. It's time to get rid of the snowmen. This is a stack and whack quilt that, I think I started it in 2006 and just finished it maybe 2020, something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember if I thought about putting more quilting or if I did go back and put more quilting on it. But anyway, this was the first full-size, bed-size type quilt that I kept for myself. And so it is machine pieced and it is hand quilted, and it looks really, really pretty on the wall. I like having it, seeing it where you can see the whole thing. It just looks really pretty. Okay. So I did get in, I did order some threads from Margaret over at the little thread shop. I ordered my next 30 or so of Weeks Dye Works flosses. I haven't done anything with them yet. I think maybe I did pull a few out of the bag to stitch on my baskets. Why do I keep calling them baskets? The little mini bouquets, which I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, let me show you one of them that I think it's a limited edition color that they have right now, and I don't remember where I saw it, but when I saw it somewhere on FlossTube, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go get me a skein of that. So it's called Jealousy, and it's very pink and purple and bright, and I love it. I think that's really all of the haul that I had. Yes, that's all the haul that I had. So let's see. Okay, so in the last video, I shared about starting the language of flowers. This was a magazine design, and I stitched almost pretty monogamously. Not completely, but this has been my, predominantly, I'm stitching on this for the last, well, I did it for 23 days of actual stitching on it. I think maybe I didn't stitch like maybe 3 days, but so I stitched for 23 days and I got, it's 7,158 stitches. And so I got it finished probably Thursday, Friday, and I love it. So, love seeing all of the different flowers and their names and the meanings. It's just pretty. And when I did this iris, it was like, okay, now I want to grow irises. So I used the Call for DMCs in this fabric. If you weren't here for last video, this is a curtain. It was a curtain that someone at work didn't want anymore. I I have like 2 panels worth of this fabric, so it's about 25 count. The next time I stitch on it, I will do it over 1 so that it makes it a little bit smaller. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I kind of thought about a tote bag, and then I kind of thought about doing a pillow with it. So we shall see what it ends up being. So yeah, so I started it on April 14th, and then my finish date was the 12th. So that's pretty much what I worked on most days. I did work on my Jeanette Douglas mini bouquets. This is a stitch along that we're doing in our local stitch group, Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals. And so I did finish April's finally finished April's. And then I started May's. And this is the one that I pulled some of the new threads out to use on it. They're kind of janky right now, but so these are the ones that I chose. I'm not 100% sure about the red, but I'm going with it. So this is a 28 count tea-dyed Irish linen from Michaels. And I'm just picking, each month I'm just picking my own choices of overdyed flosses. And I am stitching with 2 strands. And that's sort of my lunchtime stitch, you know. When I have time at lunch, my lunch break, that's what I stitch on. Okay, let's see. I did spend some time organizing my overdyed flosses the last couple of weeks. And I was using the conversions that you find on the different overdyed companies' websites. However, some of them, you know, depending on the dye lot, it didn't fit where they said it should fit, and so I kind of just used my DMC color chart and matched it to my color chart. And then I realized after that I forgot I'm gonna have to go in and like in my DMC inventory, I can do, you know, like other flosses too, and I can do tell myself where they are, like what, you know, which ring they're on and what, that kind of thing, because when I go to pull something, if I need to overdye, I don't know where it's at right off the top. So I spent some time doing that. I also got a little filing cart from Amazon, and I will insert a little video here. Okay, so this is my little cart that I got from Amazon. And I bought these hanging files, and then I just organized. So I was able to do, to break down my BBDs into different categories instead of having it all together. I was able to add a crafting related category. I split up Easter and spring. And so it just given me a little bit more room to spread it out. And I mean, I didn't have enough room to put my BBDs in my other little file box anyway. So I definitely needed something bigger. Okay, so for the first weekend of the month, I did participate in BBD weekend sale, and yay, I finished my stockings. I finally finished my stockings. Let's see. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So my stockings are from the Blackbird Home for the Holidays book. There are 5 of them all together, and these are just 2 of them. and I finally got them done. So I'm excited about that because they've been going on for quite a little while. I thought I had my sheet pulled on all of those. Yes, I do. Okay. So it looks like I started them in 2021. And so I'm very glad to have them finally all finished. So, so this is the first one. And let's see. This is the next one. And next one. And this one. I love the toe of that one. All those bands, I just love it. And the final one. I think I'm going to leave it 2022. I had, planned on finishing these last year. So I may go in and change it to 2023, but I kind of doubt it. I just don't really care enough to go in and change it. So this tree was an absolute beast. A beast. But I got it done. So this is a 36 count, I do believe, linen that I hand dyed. And I just chose my own over-dyed red colors. Just picked them, and each stocking had like a different little combination of them. I'm really happy with the way those came out. I have some French General fabric, charm squares. No, not charm squares. Layer cake, which I hope to God is big enough because I really have my heart set on using that to finish them with. So let's see. And then I've been participating with Candy, the 614 stitcher, her mental health care sale that she does every May. And I've been working on, and I finished it yesterday, this piece right here. So there's a whole series of these in the World of Cross Stitching, May 2019. They were designed by Erin Congdon. I've stitched one already. And then this is the second one that I chose. And I stitched it on a 28 count with shelt linen. And I don't know, it might be French lace, I'm not sure, but I used her call for DMCs. And I love it. I love the way the back stitching just makes it really, really pop. So I am going to, what I've been doing is doing my stitch alongs on Sundays, and I'm going to pick another. I don't think I'm going to do one out of this magazine, though. I was looking at a book that I got on Kindle. It's also Erin Congdon, and I think it's Cross Stitch for the Soul. It's either Cross Stitch for the Soul or Cross Stitch for the Heart. I think I'm going to pick a design out of that magazine or that book to do next. I do want to eventually do all the ones that are in the magazine, but I just wanted a little something different. So you'll see that on next video. Okay, let's see. That's all that I've stitched. No, it's not. Sorry, I lied. So this past weekend, I did my Whip Go, one of my Whip Go pieces. I wasn't able to work on both of them, so I'm not doing Magazine Monthly Challenge this month, and so next weekend I'll work on the other piece that was called for this month's Whip Go. But this one that I worked on is called Sampler Hope, and it's from Stitches Through the Years. it's got that quote by Emily Dickinson. And I just love the colors on this sampler. So I'm doing it on a 40 count lamb's wool color linen from XJU. And so I had some stuff to fill in up here on the border. And then this motif was already done. I did this motif, brought the border around the corner, and then started on the over one letters. So I had planned, you know, it's 40 count and over one. I've not done over one on 40 count before. I've done it on 36. And I kind of wanted to do it half cross, but I didn't like the way it was looking. Like when you do the half cross, it just made it look gappy in spots. Like the letters weren't coming out exactly looking complete. And so I decided to do it, you know, full cross, of course, one strand. So I'm just using the design as a springboard for picking flosses. Some of mine that were called for, my die lots didn't look like what it looked like on the picture. And I really, you know, I love the picture. I don't mind changing things up, but in this case, I didn't want to because I really love the way it looks, but my die lots just didn't match. So, you know, kind of picking as I go. And it is all over dyed. So they called for a DMC for the brown and the letters, but I decided to do the Gentle Art brown bear. So I love this. And I really do like working on 40 count. You really get really good coverage with one strand. So 40 count might be my sweet spot. I don't know. But I did get my goal for Whip Go is to get 500 pieces each time my pieces are called. 500 stitches each time my pieces are called. They're each on the board twice. And so I'll get 1,000 stitches on, you know, 12 designs that I'm working on. So next weekend I'll work on the Teresa Kogut in Command Angel. Get 500 stitches on her. Okay, so that is all the stitching now for real. I did work a little bit on my daughter's quilt yesterday, and I can insert a picture of that here. Okay, so just a really quick video. This is what I worked on yesterday on Lakins Quilt. I'm gonna need to mark the next little bit. Please don't pay attention to my cut off star points. Yeah, I suck at it, so nobody's gonna see it. And if you do and it bothers you, well, just don't look at it. But yeah, so I'm probably about to be about halfway done. So, but I'm just doing a set of 6 arcs with greens and blues. And that's it. So otherwise, I just wanted to just give a brief little life update and kind of tell you what I've been watching, things like that. This past weekend was Mother's Day, of course. I hope all of you moms had a good day, good weekend. We didn't really do anything on Sunday because we had a full weekend before that. On Thursday after work, me and my 2 girls, Lakin's girlfriend, Lakin's coworker, and the coworker's mom and her sister, we all went out to eat after work, and then we went to see the movie Love Again. Loved it. Man, any kind of movie that makes me laugh and cry, and sometimes, you know, like at the same time or, you know, right after one another, I absolutely adore. And so I highly recommend Love Again. That's Celine Dion is in it, and I wish I knew how to say her name, Priyanka Jonas. She's married to Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas was in it as well, and I don't know how they got through the scene that they did together. Yeah, the scene in the taxi, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how they got through that without cracking up laughing, because it was pretty funny. And because they're married to one another, you know, it just seems like it would make it even more fun. But anyway, highly recommend that movie. So we did that, and then on Friday, Michael stayed home because his sister and her husband, and then her husband's sister, they came through on their way to a graduation in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and they stopped and spent the night, not at our house, because we don't have room for that many people to spend the night, but they got a room down at Joe Wheeler State Park Lodge, and so we visited with them on Friday night, and then Saturday morning we got up and we went and all had breakfast, you know, all of us, my kids and my grandkids, and then, you know, the Jackson family, Michael's sister and her family. So that was a lot of fun. We haven't seen them. Time just is like flying by, and so it's really hard to like remember. We probably haven't. Now, Michael might have gone to Louisiana in the meantime, but I don't think he has. So we really haven't seen them since my mother-in-law passed, which was in June of 2021. So it was good to see them, you know, spend some time with them. So watched the Celtics this weekend. They gave me a wonderful Mother's Day present by winning Game 7 against the 76ers. And so I'm excited about that. I'm still nervous because they still have, you know, a long way to go before, you know, hopefully they're named champions of the NBA. We'll see. Let's see. I also have started watching Will Trent series. I think like we have YouTube TV that has live TV, and I think it's available in there, but I want to say that it didn't go back far enough by the time I went to watch it. Like the very first episode, I guess, had expired, and so we have like the cheap version of Hulu, because I like to watch A Handmaid's Tale when that comes out. So I went to Hulu and watched it there, and I watched the whole season over. Let's see, I started watching it on the 30th and I finished it yesterday. I've read the books. It's based on books by Karen Slaughter. I loved the books, and watching the series, I was like, the guy that they have playing Will Trent is not how I pictured, you know, he's not what I pictured Will Trent to be, but oh my God, he does such a good job, and I love it. Like yesterday's episode, the very last episode of the season, it just was really, really touching, and it was Mother's Day, so I was a little emotional already, missing my mom. But I did try to, like, yesterday I tried to just say, okay, you got your crying over with, you know, you were blessed to have her as your mom, and just leave it at that, and don't, you know, try not to be sad all day long. But, you know, and I wasn't sad watching the show. It was just really, really touching, and it was just really special. So if you have read the books and, you know, are wondering, should I watch the series? Is it gonna, you know, I mean, I think it's fine. It makes me want to go back and watch the books again, so I might have to do that, and then maybe I'll be like, but I doubt it, because it's really good. The series is really good. I'm guessing they're going to come back with a season 2. I think the season that, you know, the season 1, I think, is over. So, that's it. That's all I've got. Yep. So as far as my plans for this coming week, I do believe that I'm going to be working on I'm going back to my rotation. Now that the Language of Flowers is done, I'm going back to my normal rotation, which is to work on a focus piece every other week. And then on the weeks in between, I have Elizabeth Weston that I try to stitch on every month to try to get a page finish. I have some genealogy pieces that I've done, or family heritage pieces that I've been doing this year. I'm not going to do one for May. I'm just going to skip May because, you know, the Language of Flowers went into May, and so I don't want to delay getting to Elizabeth another month. So, but anyway, I'll do my my focus piece this coming today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Then on Friday and Saturday, I'll do my other whip go piece. And then Sunday, I'll do my mental health care stitch along. And then the following week, I'll work on Elizabeth, Monday through Thursday. And then I have my Shannon Christine Christmas ornaments that I'll do the Friday and Saturday, and then my stitch-alongs on Sunday. I was doing my stitch-alongs on Friday, and I decided to change them to Sunday. You know, for one thing, it's stitch-along Sunday instead of stitch-along Friday. But also, you know, the stitch-alongs are usually, I don't really... it's not something I'm going to spend a really long time stitching on or needing to get a lot of progress on is what I'm trying to say. But the other stuff that I work on, like my whip go pieces and my ornaments and my BBD weekend, I want to spend more time and make more progress on those. So I wanted the full Friday when I'm off, and then the full Saturday. And then on Sunday I'll work on my Sal and then work on my daughter's quilt. So, yeah. That's my plan for the rest of this month. And I don't know when I'll come back and film again, but I'll see you whenever I come back. I thank you all for hanging with me through this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.